before to start my talk, I need to have some information about who. Who are you? So I will ask you some questions, and you raise your arm to give an answer to my question. First, who is fellow in cardiology or interventional cardiology? I need to know the fellows. Fellow in international. Well, who is senior in international cardiology? Senior. Okay. Nurse technicians. Really, a lot of nurse technicians. Great. Well, now, part of the member of the industry in the room. Not at the last room. Well, go. I have to move to you. Okay. Now I need to have more information. Who of you, time to time, in your institution or in different meeting, have the opportunity to give a talk for your fellow or your peer? Great. Yes, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. Thank you. So the objective of my talk is to share with you and to provide you with the key funding that have helped me to initiate the first course in interventional cardiology in Toulouse, and the basis of the concept of transformative learning, adult learning, that I implement during the PCR, within the PCR family. This is my objective. And my message is, I wish you to adopt them in your professional initiative. If you adopt them in your professional initiative, I can promise to you, they will provide you success. You will success. Any kind of initiative, not only education. Of course, I will focus on education that you can use for other part of your professional initiative. So what about the story of the Toulouse Course? The story starts in 1986, when with Jean Fajaderi, we decided to bring together the best unit of interventional cardiology in France and the best annual European course in the field of coronary intervention. The best and the best. And then this is my first piece of advice. Always start your initiative by clarifying what main goal you want to achieve and your ambition. So we agreed with Jean Fajaderi to get a consensual answer to three key questions. Where are we going? Assembly. The best course, the best unit of interventional cardiology. As it concerns the course, the annual course, what should we be doing? And our consensus was, first, to create a large forum that allow participants to critically exchange their experience and their knowledge. This in order to allow them to increase or to consolidate their professional proficiency, to propose for each individual patient the best management or technical strategy, taking into consideration the local constraints and local regulations. This was our objective. So my second piece of advice is start with the end in mind. You start with the end. It's strange. Start with the end in mind. Clarify what outcome you want to achieve and for what purpose. Okay? Then we move to the third question. How are we going to do it? And we agree to follow the principle of the art and science of adult learning. Very important, the art and science of adult learning. The key principles of the art and science of adult learning are, first, focusing the course on daily problem, daily basic problem, rather than information basic, in order to help participants to critically reflect on this problem. Problem solving by using ad hoc or different methods to help participants to solve their daily problem. And it's case-based and how to solve the problem on tomorrow with my patient. Working situation will mean that all the participants should do or should apply what is proposed next week in their hospital, in their situation, and develop a program of interactivity in order to share the point of view of the participants and to scaffold the participants to construct collaborative learning messages. And to implement a continuous critical analysis and evaluation process that is essential to improve our action and to work on a very well-defined, participant-oriented outcome. And then this is my third piece of advice, always clearly define the working axis of your action according to the outcome you want to achieve. So then we agree with Jean to work to build our project by engaging in the following action. Commitment and determination. There is a lot of young people who live a dream, live your dream, drive, stimulate, engage, learn and share. You will success. Teamwork. Remember, 1 + 1 greater than 3. This is a strange mathematic. Together we will achieve more if we trust and confident in each other. Strong work ethics, we mean humility, integrity in our action. Attract and retain the best with open mind and critical experience. Creativity, flexibility. This is a large part of the young people. Be creative. Place for innovation. And, very important, continuous quest for improvement by implementing critical evaluation of our action. Based on this key funding principle, we start 3 years later, the first angioplasty course in Toulouse. It was just at the beginning of a long journey. Year after year, we have learned for the critical evaluation of our action in order to improve. And then I was influenced in 1994. I was very influenced in the working action of the action by the transformative dimension of the adult learning, the theory developed by the sociologist in New York, Columbia University. And this really influenced the action of our actions. This slide sums up what you have to keep in mind about the transformative dimension of the learning. You have on this slide, and this can be summed up as thinking, critical thinking, self-critical thinking, scaffold the critical thinking, scaffold the critical guide, and scaffold the critical reflection, self-critical reflection of the learner, of the participants, and place the participant at the center of the project. This transformative concept starts with a disorienting dilemma or cognitive conflicts. So, we can start. I need your help. You have to do the job now. So, this is a question. We are in a self-embodied environment. No worry. Well, it's not an exam. I hate the exam. It's just an exercise. Maybe you can express your point of view. What is the fundamental goal for your personal point of view? That's the fundamental goal of course-related learning.
I think it will be to maintain the learning that we had before and to develop it.
Okay, I need somebody else.
Do better.
Do better. Improve what? Improve your performance to achieve the daily task. Agree? We can reflect on that? Okay. Other point of view.
Sharing professional experience. Share professional experience.
To share, okay. Can I ask you a question? To share in order to what? To improve. Okay. We stop the exercise, but think about that. Easily we start the confusion. Because we have conducted a lot of survey. And there is a great difference between the answer given by faculty, speaker, key opinion leader, and by the participants, the learner. And we can sum up that the fundamental goal is to improve, to consolidate the professional proficiency. Do you agree? In order to propose the best for each individual patient. Do you agree? There is a difference between speaker or faculty that say the participant have to know that this tent is not inferior to this one. The participant have to know that the guidelines say, well, think about. Now, the second step, you have identified the dilemma, the problem. You have identified the problem. Why? Now we have to discuss to be why. What is the problem? What problem are you facing in your learning, self-learning program? What is for you one problem.
Perhaps we should update our tools of getting knowledge. More than updating the knowledge, the tools that we use should be updated.
Better understand. The tool to better understand what is knowledge, okay? This is not so. Well, maybe a nurse. A nurse want to give an answer to the question. No voluntary nurse to give an answer to this question? Okay, doesn't matter. You. Not a matter. You are from industry, that is fine. You are from industry. And you are conducting postgraduate learning. Okay, what difficulty? What is the difficulty? What is the problem to get?
We try to interpret the problem and the solution. For both parties.
Exactly, but what problem? Okay, it depends. Think about it. This is a critical reflection. It's a part of critical reflection. There's a matter about today, you don't give an answer. You work even for industry. You know? We have a problem, and we have to identify the problem. Do you agree that is part of the problem? Is what you said. We have to identify the problem. Too many information. We conduct a lot of survey. Each time, when we conduct a survey, too much, too many slides, too many information, repetition of information, again this information, too much information, too much. This is, so, if you identify the problem, then you can find a solution. What is the solution? The solution is to develop critical thinking, and self-critical thinking is to provide the learner with a tool and method in order to self-critical analyze what is essential, what is not essential, and what just interesting is a concept, PMI concept in education. And this is based on the self-critical reflection on information. Now, what does an effective postgraduate learning outcome actually mean?
What do I gain from the experience? What did I gain from the experience?
Okay? There's a part of you, Manuel.
Try to address issues that are relevant to my practice.
Relevant to my practice. Other point of view? Other point of view.
The postgraduate learning course actually changed and made the participant be a better doctor each day.
Okay. My message of this question is place the learner at the center of the process. And you have to ask what participant, what learner, the point of view of the learner of effective process. We have conducted a lot of survey. And what we learn them, what the learner think. When the objective is clearly aligned with their need, expectation. When the framework and the content is problem-based solving rather than again information. That when the session is conducted by a charismatic educator, leave time for the participant to ask questions. So it's very important to take into consideration the point of view of the learner to give this answer to a question. And this is my message. If you want to move to the concept of participant-oriented, professional, proficiency-oriented learning outcome. So what? This is the first phase is to reflect, to critically reflect on something. This is the first phase. Critically reflect on belief or assess what I mean. So what? Now we can explore some new role for educator, but also for new role for learner and for the professional development. For the learner, the first point is to undertake problem learner need analyze. To allow learner to conduct a gap analysis and to self-perceive the outcome they want to reach, to consider their performance and patient outcome. So, for you, it's a new role for the educator, but it is a new role for all the learner. You have yourself, self-reflex, place the learner at the very center of the learning process in order that can self-appreciate what are the needs in education and the learning process. Do you agree with this? Do you understand what I mean? Then to set learner proficiency-oriented objectives that foster autonomous thinking and critical reflection of learner. This is key. The problem is too much information or confusion on the main outcome. So we agree that self-reflection, critical self-reflection is key. So if we understand, if the educator understand the need, your expectation, then they can integrate in objective. I give you just one example. Mr. President and the scientific committee asked me an invitation to give a talk. I said, what are you expecting? I sent a mail, what are your expectations? They say me, the key principle that conduct the PCR to success and your vision education. Okay, I understand what are your expectations. If I don't understand the expectation, I will give you a talk that may be no interest for you. For even in your daily practice, any kind of, and it is the same for industry department, what, why, oh. But if you follow this reasoning, you can give an answer to a different question. Just now, this is for the educators. Never happy what we do. This is for the educator. Try to ask this question to all the learner. What learner said about ineffective session? Sometimes it's very simple to define. You go at the last row and you look to the people that open the computer or the phone and or are sleeping. Okay. But we conduct survey of that and engage the educator to conduct survey. And we can sum up the message. Okay? Objective of a learning event should be logically online with the need and expectation of the targeted participants. The content should be problem solving and repetition. All participants should be allowed to do or to apply what is proposed on tomorrow in their institution, working situation, and give time, leave time for the participant to ask a question, to express comment, to express point of view, respect all this point of view of the participant. And then it's helpful to set about designing a framework linked to participant proficiency-oriented objective. Remember, what participant proficiency-oriented objective means is an objective that will help participants to consolidate or to improve their performance for a particular daily task. It's the same for a nurse. The nurse has a daily task to propose the best for a patient. And then this is crucial about the designing framework. There is different way to move on the transformative learning. One of the way is to move toward the concept of community of learners, uniting a shared experience and trying to make meaning of their knowledge and experience meaningful. This requires a safe environment, to create a safe environment where we will develop the culture of team education that will respect. They will know more a teacher. It's interesting because there's a difference in concept of banking. Do you have information about the concept of banking learning? The banking learning. It's an educator from Portugal that described in 1972 the concept of banking learning. That is a concept of consider the learner as a reservoir in which you pour all your knowledge, Japan, slide, next slide, more slide, guideline, and you do the mix. And if you are still alive, we can repeat again something in order to kill you. You know, create a safe environment where you can express your point of view. I will learn from you. And then we exchange with you. And then you exchange your point of view. And then together we exchange. And then together we achieve a self-directed collaborative learning. And then this will be the message that the learning done by the learner. We mean that they will self-appropriate the contents. Okay, this requires, the role is not easy, it requires a lot of professional development. Professional development in order to what? In order to create the desire for the educator to move to the concept of value change, but also that the learner has to move to the concept of value change. This requires capacity, motivation, opportunity. This is namely in the science of human sciences, namely the combi concept. But it needs capability needs skill, knowledge, but at the same time stamina, energy, and to move on this direction. Motivation, and this is the difference between emotional reaction to this world. This is a crazy concept. This Jean-Marc also is a crazy concept. It's very difficult to versus a critical, progressively critical, reflective reaction to learn. Opportunity means that we have to create the opportunity. And it's very important. When we start with Jean Fajadet, we start with nothing. So we have to create the opportunity. And then as you create the opportunity, of course, this integrated external events. But opportunity means also curriculum, means also opportunity to try, opportunity to be evaluated, opportunity to be coached, and repeat and re-implement in a new process. It's difficult in 50 minutes to explain all that are not there, to teach you. I just there that during this 30 years journey, I've learned a lot from the learner. What I've learned is from the learner, not for the educators. And this is very important to keep in mind. And I promise to you that if you take ownership of this concept, if you create yourself the desire to move to this behavior change, I promise to you that we get you success. Again, thank you very much for your attention and thank you very much for your invitation.